And take your feet a little bit wider. And take it back in, and this time bring your knees up a little bit higher, touching your knees, opposite arm, opposite knee. And I think that's Suzanne. Hello? And let's take that to a rocking place where you're just rocking back and forth on your feet and bringing your arms out wide, getting your chest, your shoulders, your upper back warmed up. And take that up on your toes, get our calves warmed up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And let's do some heels to the front. And we're going to stay to the front, but do toe taps instead of heels. And let's do some kickbacks. You can pull your elbows back, get your shoulders a little bit more warmed up, and getting our glutes and our hamstrings a little bit warm. And let's do some hip circles. Let's go to the right for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and to the left for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and shoulder rolls forward for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and to the back for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And as we do every week, we start and we end with posture. So standing nice and tall, feet parallel, toes pointing forward, about hip width apart. There's a plumb line in the top of your head, pulling you up nice and tall. One hand behind your head, the other on your chin. Push your chin gently back into your hand in the back. Your chin is parallel to the floor, so your head is floated very nicely on your shoulder. Your ears are over your shoulders over your hips over your knee, knees over your ankle. Your belly button's nice and tight, and your shoulder blades are down and relaxed. So I'm going to remind you to pay attention to posture throughout, and pulling your belly button towards your back throughout. So we're going to do some sits to stand. Actually, we're going to start off with some ankle exercise. So we're going to point and flex for 10. So if you don't have a chair, you should get one. I'm going to give everyone a moment to sit down. So we're going to point and flex for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and circle out for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and circle in for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to do our sits to stand. So we're doing 3 sets. We're going to do the first set, just 5 reps with arms. So as you stand up, your arms come out with you. Your feet should be about shoulder width apart or wider. Make sure you're comfortable. Belly button pulled in, so you're paying attention to posture even with this exercise. So we're going to stand for 5, sitting gently on the chair. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And the second set, we're going to take our arms out of the equation and just cross our arms across our chest. Hi, Sandra. And the sun just came out. And let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And the last set is going to be 5 on each leg. We're going to have our toe, your knee bent, your toe on the ground. And as we stand up, you can see my, on my toe, it's like a kickstand. So the weight, the leg that with the flat foot is taking about 70% of your body weight. So you're a little bit unbalanced. So we're going to do 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And switch to the other leg with the toe on the ground. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And for the next few minutes, we're going to be standing for most of the exercise. So we're going to do squats, and we're going to do what we did last week. It's a combination squat. And that, for those of you who may be new today, I'm just going to demonstrate. So we're going to squat and rotate to the side and back to the front and stand up and reach. We're going to squat, rotate to the other side, back to the front, stand up and reach. As if you're reaching as if you're getting a can of soup off of a shelf. So we're going to do 10 alternating sides. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, oops, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So if this is too hard or too complicated for you, just do regular squats. And we're supersetting that with calf raises and heel rocks. So you want to hold on to the front of your chair, standing nice and tall, belly button pulled in. We're going to roll up on our toes and rock back on our heels. That's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And shake it out. And we're going to do our second set of squats, rotation, and reach. Once again, if this is too hard, just go ahead and do regular squats. So your feet should be about shoulder width apart or a little bit wider. If you make sure your chair is within arm's reach, if you need to hold on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, sorry, 9, this is hard for me too, and 10. And our last set of calf raises and heel rocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And shake it out. So the next thing we're going to do is side leg lift and superset it with a rear leg lift. So we're going to start off with a side leg lift first, and we're going to stay on one leg for both exercise. So if you need to hold on, if you can do this without holding on, if you do need to hold on, try with just a couple of fingers on the chair. That will give you some stability instead of a really hard hold on the chair. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And if you need to hold on for the rear leg lift, so staying on the same side, we're just bringing our legs back and contracting your glutes as you bring your leg back, and release when you bring it back next to the other leg. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's switch over to the other side. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And rear leg lifts, hold on if you need to. 1, 2, 3, contract as you bring your legs back. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And like last week, we're adding a third exercise to this set, and we're going to do V swings. So if you have a light weight, you could use it. If you don't have a weight, you don't have to. You can do this exercise just equally well without weights. So I'm going to show you what I want your body to look like from the side. So your feet should be comfortably under you. You could be hip width or shoulder width apart, and you're just going to tuck your hips back so you're really solid on the ground, but you're still paying attention to make sure that your belly button's pulled in and your back is nice and flat. And you're going to start off, you're not going to move your hips so much. You don't want your hips to twist that much. You're going to bring the weight over to one side, and your head follows your torso, bringing the weight up to shoulder height, and down to the other side. So that's a V, an inverted V. That's 1 rep. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we are practicing just being solid on the ground, hips tucked in, and add in a torso rotation with that. So you're working your core, your torso, your obliques. So let's do our last set of side leg lifts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And our last set on this side of rear leg lifts. 1, contract your glutes when you bring your legs back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And everyone looks good. No one's leaning over on the chair. That looks great. So last set on this side. Last. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's shake that out. I'm really starting to feel it in my hips. And our last set of rear leg lifts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we're going to do our last set of V swings. So once again, your feet are either hip width or shoulder width apart, nice and comfortable, sinking your hips back. So your hips are hinged back slightly, so you're really solid on the ground. Belly button pulled in, shoulders nice and relaxed. We're going to start off to the side. Take your head with you. Up to the center, shoulder height. And down, that's 1. That's 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, so since we've done we've already done a lot of hip work, let's sit down and do some upper body work. You can do the standing if you want to, but I'm going to sit down. So the first thing we're going to do, and I got a really tiny band today, we're going to do some scapular retraction. So if you don't have a band, you can definitely do this without. Just have your arms straight out, about shoulder height. And you're going to pull out to the side and squeeze your shoulder blades together. This is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And superset in with some chest work. Definitely do this without the band. Just push through as if you're pushing through water. And a giant snowplow is just going outside my window. I don't know if you can hear it. So your elbows should be about shoulder height or slightly lower. Your hands are at chest height. And you're just pushing forward for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And make sure in both of these exercises that your shoulders are not up next to your ears. They're nice and low. So the second set of scapular retractions, we're going to do a W. The first one was a T. So your elbows are going to be at your side. Your hands are at chest height. And it's the same thing. We're pulling out. Your elbows do not fly out. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And shake it out a little bit. And last set of the chest press. So elbows at shoulder height. And 1, keep your shoulders down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And put your equipment off to the side. We're going to stand up again. So the next thing we're going to do back lunges with a knee lift. So I'm just going to demonstrate for anyone who's new. We're going to go back and up. If that is too hard or you have knee or hip issues, a big step back with a knee lift. Or you could just do a big step back and a step. You could take out the knee lift. So do whichever one is comfortable for you. You always do something before the point of discomfort. So if the bending your knee back is too hard for you, then just do a giant step back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's stay here and do the second leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we're supersetting this with a front and a side raise. So you could also do this without weights. I have 3-pound weights. I'm going to use them. If you don't have any, go ahead and do it without the weights. So Hips bent a little bit, knees bent, belly button pulled in nice and tall. We're gonna come up in the front and off to the side and down. That's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So make sure when we're doing that exercise, you're not going higher than shoulder height. And actually, I think this is a good time for a water break. And also, you don't need, if you take a water break whenever you want to, don't wait for me to tell you. So, last set of lunges or a big step. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And last side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we're done with that. Last set of lateral raises and front raises. Belly button pulled in, hips slightly bent, knees slightly bent. Starting in front and to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we're done with the weights for the time being. And we're going to do one of my favorites. We're going to do stepping over the sleeping dog. I'm going to start off on my left leg. And as I say every week, this is an exaggerated lunge, front lunge and a side lunge. And it helps us practice getting in and out of the bathtub, getting in and out of a car, avoiding obstacles. So, and it gets your heart rate up a lot. So let's start in the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And unfortunately, if he's ever at my door, he's gonna have to come back. So let's go to the other side. Start it in front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And that's got me a little combobulated. We're going to do slow marches with bicep curls. So I'm going to right knee up, left hand up. We're going to do alternating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we're also going to practice our tandem stance. So my right heel in front of my left toe. We're just going to do a 10 count. And you could play around with your arms in all different directions for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And let's move on to the second set of stepping over the sleeping dog. So we're going to go in front and to the side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And off to the next side. Let's start on the side this time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And last set of biceps with a high march, high slow march. So I'm going to have my right knee up, starting with my right knee, left arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And last tandem stance. So left foot in front, standing nice and tall, belly button pulled in, shoulders down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to stay on some balance things. So we're going to do braiding. And if your new braiding is similar to a grapevine that you do in an aerobics class, we're making the steps very small and we're going front and back. So I'm going to start off on my right leg, stepping over my left foot Bringing the left around, right foot behind, right foot in front, right foot behind, and right foot in front. So starting off with my going back, my left foot behind, left foot in front, left foot behind, and left foot in front. And let's do that one more time. I'm going to start off with my left foot in front, my left foot behind, my left foot in front, left foot behind, and going back, right foot in front, behind rather, right foot in front, right foot behind, right foot in front. And shake it out, and we're going to do some tandem walks. And make sure you're within an arm's reach of your chair, because I've made these, the last couple of weeks, I've added a high knee to our tandem walk. So if you need to hold on with a couple of fingertips, or if you need to hold on while you're doing the walk, make sure you're within an arm's length of your chair. So you're doing this on a balance beam, heel toe, but you're doing a big knee up, knee up, knee up, and up. And we're going to go backwards. Knee up, and up, and up. One more. And let's do that one more time. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and going backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Make sure I didn't run into anything. So there's a few more. We're going to do a high knee with a twist, so we get a little bit more rotation in and a little bit more cord, a little bit more obliques. If you need to hold on, just a couple of fingertips on your chair, one hand behind your head. If a rotation or a twist is difficult on your spine, then just do a high knee up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Over to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we're supersetting this with triceps. You could do this without weights. First set, knees bent at the hip slightly, belly button pulled in, nice flat back, elbows close to you, and you're looking straight ahead. Your head is in line with your spine, and you're going to extend your forearms back. Your elbows stay in the same position. This is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And move that off to the side. One more set of high knees with a twist. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And last side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And our last set of triceps. So great seeing all of you. You guys ready? So bent at the knee, bent at the hip, elbows close to your body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we have one more thing to do before we stretch, and that's some single leg stance. So make sure you're within arm's distance of your chair if you need to hold on for this. Just a couple of fingertips if a 10 count is too hard for you, or you could do a kickstand like I'm doing right now. Just have your knee bent, your toe on the ground. So stand in nice and tall, posture really helps this, belly button pulled in, shoulders relaxed. I'm gonna have my knee in the front for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out a little bit. Try a different direction. I'm gonna have my leg going backwards. Challenge yourself a little bit. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, we are now at my favorite part. I say that every week, but it really is. So let's stretch and cool down. So seated on your chair, one leg out, your foot is flexed, and this is a calf stretch and a hamstring stretch. And if you could reach your toe and pull them towards your face, you'll get a deeper stretch in your calf. Make sure when you lean forward, your back is still nice and flat. You're not rounding your body over. Your belly button's pulled in. And switch over to the other side. Okay, so now we're going to stretch our hips. If you have knee or hip problems, you can just cross at your shin and pull gently on the outside of your knee all the way over. Or if you can do the figure 4 stretch, cross over, press gently on the inside of your knee and lean forward. And switch over to the other side. And let's stretch our lower back. So your feet, you're sitting nice and comfortably on your chair, nice and stable. Your hips, your feet are fairly wide apart. Your belly button pulled in, you're just going to lean forward, and it's just a gentle stretch on your back. We're just going to stay here for a little bit. And now let's just walk our hands over to one foot, and you'll feel the stretch on the side. So I'm feeling a stretch. I'm off to my right foot, but I'm feeling a stretch on my left side. And walk over to the other. And now I'm feeling a stretch on my right side. This is a great stretch if you're sitting around a lot and you have a little bit of lower back discomfort. This really helps. And gently roll up. So I'm going to do a standing hip flexor stretch. So my left, I'm sorry, I should start off with my left leg back. I'm going to have my left arm up and I'm turning towards the right. So you'll feel a stretch in the front of your hip, your left hip. You're pushing that hip forward. And now my right leg is back, pushing that right hip forward, right arm up, turning towards the left. And standing up. So I'm going to do a back stretch. Your hands on the seat of the chair, knees slightly bent, and you're just pushing your hips away from your hands. You're not pulling the chair, just push your hips away from your hands. And now gently roll up. So stretch our shoulders. Make sure your shoulder is down and it's not up by your ear. And switch sides. Stretch our triceps. Switch to the other one. All right, let's stretch our neck. So you're facing front. Your shoulders are facing front. I'm turning to the right, my head to the right, looking straight ahead. Now look down. You'll feel a gentle stretch in your neck. Look up and over to the other side, keeping your shoulders pointing forward. And now look down. And let's roll our shoulders to the front for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And to the back for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So let's end how we started with posture. So your feet about hip width apart, parallel pointed, your toes pointing forward, standing nice and tall, plumb line, pulling you straight up, one hand behind your head, the other on your chin. Push your chin gently into the hand that's in the back, and your chin is parallel to the ground. Your ears are over your shoulder, which is over your hips, over your knees, and over your ankles. Your belly button's nice and tight, and your shoulders are down and relaxed in the back. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for putting up with all the interruptions, the snowplow and doorbells ringing. I guess this is what it means to be live. If you weren't here at the very beginning, next week we're having a little bit of a break since it's Christmas Eve, and the following week is New Year's Eve, so I will not be here. See you in 2021, but I believe there are other classes being offered, so check out the Facebook page of the Dodge YMCA or the YMCA of Greater New York and find another class. Hope you guys have a wonderful holiday. I'm really looking